Hello. I wanted to create a video for those of you that are not with us this week in class, for those of us that possibly won't be back this semester, so we have an absence this week and maybe even next week as well. I wanted to create a video and kind of outline what we're doing the last 2 weeks of class. Hopefully that helps you understand a little better than just reading along in Canvas. Now, some of you listening to this video, I will see you again, so we'll be able to check in with each other, and I can see how you're doing with the video project. If you don't fit into that box, please make sure you're emailing me and asking questions along the way. So Biomed is ending the semester with an end-of-the-year project versus a test or a quiz. We want to take this project seriously because it will be worth several points, and it'll be worth quiz points or assessment points. So this is still an opportunity for you to prove to me that you know how to analyze a crime scene. It is assessing your knowledge on forensics, what we talked about all semester. So it is an important project, so we want to make sure we are taking it seriously. And that's why I wanted to highlight some things with you today. So on my screen, I'm in Canvas. I'm going to choose today's work. I'm going to choose December 7th and 8th. Now, some of us watching are a white day class. Your stuff I will post Thursday, Friday, but your to-do list looks the same. So by clicking here, it'll show you what you will see on Thursday and Friday. There's no difference. I'm going to look at the in-class to-do list, and number 1 gives me a link to a document called Crack the Case. I emailed, so I could click here, and it looks like this. I emailed you guys a modified version of this document. Why is it a modified version? Because you are absent, and yours, instead of having you work together with a team, yours is highlighting how this will work when you're on your own, how you will piece together your project. So you have a few extra parts or pieces. I tried to be a little bit more specific because we aren't in class together for me to outline the project. Everybody with this project, the end of the semester project, is going to start with a man named Marcel Newgard. Marcel is our new Anna Garcia. So we're saying goodbye to Anna and her story. That part of the semester is done. We are now looking into Marcel's death. So he has a mysterious death. We find him in a garage. There is a crime scene to be analyzed, along with pieces of evidence. Because we are at the end of the semester, we don't really have time for you guys to go through piece by piece, lab by lab, like we did for Anna Garcia. Instead, you guys are going to review the pieces of evidence given to you. So here's Marcel. I'm going to scroll down to number 1. You are going to analyze case number 4 for Marcel. So I'm going to revisit Canvas. Poor Marcel dies 3 different ways. There's a case number 2 death, case number 4 death, and a case number 5 death. You are focused on just number 4. So since you are on your own working through this, you are just case number 4. And in Canvas, I'll find a list of all pieces of evidence for this case. So if I choose, let's say, blood, at the top of the screen, it still says case number 4. So that helps me know, yes, this is my case. I picked the right one. Be careful. Case number 4 is in the middle. Don't go to 2 or 5. Make sure you're visiting the correct spot for your resources. And each page should tell you what case it is. So here you have the fingerprint evidence, and once again it says case number 4 at the top. I'm going to flip back to this page. There are 11 pieces of evidence that you guys will need to look at for Marcel Newgard's crime scene in order to piece together his story. After you look at these 11 pieces of evidence, you should be able to come up with a manner of death, a cause of death, and a mechanism of death. After you look at all 11 pieces of evidence, you are going to put together a video where you brief law enforcement on Marcel's case. So you're going to let them know what you have found, what the evidence has revealed from a biomedical scientist standpoint or viewpoint. What do you know about the case? So there are 2 parts to this. You're going to have a note page, which is a few points. Then you're going to have a video, which is the bulk of the project points. So we really want to make sure we take our time and we look through these 11 pieces so that we're ready to rock in our video. This week in class, we just did notes. So when we were taking notes, I just put some white space on their paper. They also had computer pages in class, just empty blank pages. And students could use whatever method of note-taking they are most comfortable with. So some went for the bullet point list. Some students made a big table. Some students did the mind map with the bubbles and the lines connecting. But they were taking notes over specific pieces of evidence. So they reviewed how each piece of evidence was analyzed and what they learned about Marcel's case. If you notice, you have a list of 11 pieces of evidence, but 3 of them are highlighted. So you will need to look at all 11 to learn the full story. But the 3 that are highlighted are the 3 you're going to become an expert on. Those are the 3 you're going to take notes over. You do not have to take notes over any of the other pieces of evidence unless you just want to. I will warn you, that is quite a bit to take notes over all on your own. You will need to kind of read over the crime scene for sure, time of death, persons of interest, but this is just to meet the scene. You do not have to worry about taking notes over those, but you do need to read so you have a better understanding of what's going on with Marcel. The 3 that I have highlighted are going to reveal how he died. So I picked the 3 kind of most important to his story. Those are the 3 I want to make sure you take notes over. Those are the 3 you're going to mention in your video. So in your video, you're going to introduce us to Marcel, tell us where he was located, where the crime scene was, and then just head into these 3 specifics and tell us what that means for him in the end. If you look on the left, those 4 things, excuse me, are found in the Project Lead the Way website. I'm gonna go and I want to show you where they're at in the website. So I'm gonna click courses. Maybe, come on iPad, there we go. Let me know if you have trouble logging in and we can get you your login. I'm gonna choose the double helix for PBS or Biomed. I'm gonna choose unit 1 and I'm gonna go to 1.3. Okay, when I do this, I have these orange links. If I choose this scene, it takes a second to load. It's going to show me my new crime scene, and I can use my touch screen to look around. I can zoom in at the crime scene. There's another box here for me. This is Marcel, poor guy. And now I can look at some pieces of evidence at his crime scene. Okay, oh yeah, and they tell us at the bottom, don't worry, he's okay. If I can go back, I can also look at the persons of interest, so we can learn essentially our suspects, who they are. So anything on the left, those 4 things: crime scene, time of death, persons of interest, and digital evidence. There's information in the PLTW website under 1.3.1. On the right, those things I find in that list are located in Canvas, and it tells me that on the document. My document's cut off a little bit so we can't see. When it says located in Canvas, it's in your to-do list. Once again, your case number 4, so focus on that. For this week, if you notice, or if you're reading through the to-do list, it says open the document that we've been talking about, so this thing. Open this, look at your evidence, do some research, put together a note page, submit your notes here in number 3. We are going to record our videos next week. So first week is just notes, reading about the case. Next week you'll record a video, and before next week I will send you a rubric so you have a better understanding of what should be in the video, or the order, or maybe a better way to say that is the format of your video when you're presenting some feedback. So this week, if you would get into Canvas, get into the PLTW website, meet Marcel, learn about his case, fill in these notes, over histology, heart, and toxicology report. What did you learn? And then send that into Canvas for me. You should be good to go for the week. Please reach out if you have any questions. Happy to help. I think this will be easier than making up a test or a quiz when you're at home by yourself, but it is a lot of information, so I anticipate questions. Please email. I love to hear from you guys. Email with any questions or concerns, and have a great day.